I'm going to rank the Lemonheads albums. This band is essential to the 90s alternative scene. They're so good. 10 studio records. How I rank albums, I listen to each song, give it a grade of 1 to 4, add up all the grades, divide by the number of songs, get the mean average for each record, put them in order. There are 10 studio records from the Lemonheads. Number 10 is going to be 1987 Hate Your Friends. One word for Hate Your Friends, it's punk. It's not the sound that we think of today when we think of the Lemonheads. The best tracks, there are no good tracks. The worst tracks, Amazing Grace. Yeah, The Amazing Grace. They do some kind of a version and it's just bad. The rest of the album's almost as bad as Amazing Grace. It's just not a good record. Number 9 is Lick from 1989. Very weird album cover. Someone licking a bald head. Dumb. Evan Dando plays drums on 4 songs on this record. That's kind of neat. There was only 5 tracks actually written for this record. The others are re-records from other albums. One thing about Lick, it has the worst kick drum sound you've ever heard. It sounds like 2 pieces of paper slapping each other. Just a horrible, horrible kick drum sound. Yeah, Lick's not very good. Number 8 is Creator, 1988. The second album. One word for Creator, at least it's better. It's better than Hate Your Friends. Way better than Hate Your Friends. There are no great tracks on it. The worst tracks, though, Your Home is Where You're Happy. That is a Charles Manson cover song. It's not that you're covering a Charles Manson song, you're covering a really bad song. The fact that Charles Manson wrote it just makes it worse. Why are you covering a bad Charles Manson song? This is just a shtick. Die Right Now, not good. Number 7, Varshans, 2009. It's all covers. It's the first Varshans record, and I love it. I pretty much like everything forward now, but Varshans is just so good. The best tracks, I just can't take it anymore. Hey, That's No Way to Say Goodbye with Liv Tyler singing. She's not a great singer. Evan Dando's not a great singer, but I mean, in the sense of the word great. But when they come together, they just both sound so good together. They sound genuine together. I just love Hey, That's No Way to Say Goodbye. The worst tracks, though, on Varshans, The Green Fuzz, Dirty Robot featuring Kate Moss. Now, this just sounds dopey and dumb, and I'm not sure if he just put his girlfriends on songs. I don't know how that works. But the Kate Moss part on Dirty Robot just kind of dumb. The song's kind of dumb. Beautiful, the cover song of that. You are beautiful no matter what they say. It's just a dumb cover. I don't know why he chose that song. But I do like Varshans. I listen to it a lot. If I say anything you like, please hit like and subscribe. Number 6 is Lovey from 1990. Lovey, one word for Lovey, the beginning. And it's because it's the beginning of the Lemonheads sound that we know, or at least the sound that got them to where they're at now. It's the beginning. Evan Dando takes over and brings that pop sensibility to it. Thankfully, gets rid of the punk edge that they had. The best tracks on Lovey, Ballarat, Half the Time. Ride With Me is an absolute classic. Stove is an absolute Lemonheads classic. There are no terrible tracks on Lovey. Maybe The Door is okay. But Lovey's awesome, 1990. Number 5 is the album called The Lemonheads, but it came out in 2006. I'm always kind of suspect of bands that do this, you know. In my opinion, only your first album should be called your band name, but bands do this at the oddest times. And The Cure had an album out late into their career called The Cure, and it stinks. Motley Crue had an album come out with a replacement singer, and they call it Motley Crue. When you call an album your band name in the middle of your career, you're trying to make a statement. Now, what is that statement for the Lemonheads in 2006? I don't know, but the album is awesome. One word, surprising. This album is killer. It is awesome. I was hesitant about the self-titled record in 2006. It is great. Get this record if you don't have it. The best tracks, Become the Enemy, is awesome. Steve's Boy is amazing. The worst tracks on this record, there are no bad tracks. Poughkeepsie, December, they're okay. But this album is just surprisingly awesome. I love it. 2006, the Lemonheads. Number 4 is Varshan's 2 from 2019. It's covers like Varshan's 1. One word for Varshan's 2, it is fun. I just love this record. This might be my most go-to Lemonheads record, Varshan's 2. I just love it. And it's covers. The best tracks, Can't Forget, Things, Now and Then, Round Here. Round Here is a Georgia, Florida line song. I'd never heard it. I guess it was big. I'd never heard it. I then found out through the Lemonheads that it was a very popular song on the music charts. That's how they do it around here. Straight to You is my favorite song on the record. I just love Varshan's 2. The worst tracks, though, there are no bad tracks. Take a Quaalude Now. Not my favorite track. Certainly not bad, though. I just love Varshan's 2. It is awesome. Coming in for me at number 3 is Car Button Cloth, 1996. One word is trifecta. And I say trifecta because, for me, the Lemonheads had that run of, It's a Shame About Ray, Come On Feel the Lemonheads, and Car Button Cloth. That trio was just awesome. It was gargantuan in the alternative scene. I mean, those 3 albums were popular. And Car Button Cloth did not disappoint one bit. The best tracks, It's All True. If I could talk about it, if I could talk, I'd tell you, excuse me. Break Me, Hospital, the Outdoor Type, which is a cover. This album has so many songs that they still play today. It is just a great record. The worst tracks for Car Button Cloth. Secular Rockulage. Not really sure. It's an instrumental. Don't really know why it's there. Take that out. But tracks 1 through 7 are just brilliant. The only thing about Car Button Cloth, tracks 8 through 13, although they're good, they kind of lose momentum. This album is kind of front-loaded, tracks 1 through 7. And that might be a result of the digital age, where not only did sometimes albums get too long, but now you started front-loading your good songs to the front of the CD or whatever. But Car Button Cloth is great. Number 2, Come On Feel the Lemonheads, 1993. The song, the album that followed up the album, It's a Shame About Ray. Come On Feel the Lemonheads. I love this record. It's different. It's a little interesting. You can't follow It's a Shame About Ray and not try to roll the dice on some things. This is a great album. One word, it was anticipated. It's a Shame About Ray was a big record, influential record. It was one of those records that helped shape that genre. There's about 5 bands that just shaped that early to mid-90s alternative, and the Lemonheads are one of them. The best songs on Come On Feel the Lemonheads, The Great Big No, just awesome. It's About Time, uh, Down About It, Rest Assured. These are just awesome songs. The worst track though, Rick James Style. I like when they do Style, but then they come back and do Style with Rick James and they slow it down and it's kind of boring. Why not just pick one or the other, or have Rick James sing on the fast style, cut the slow style? Too many styles on this record. But yeah, Come On Feel the Lemonheads is so good. But number one is obviously It's a Shame About Ray, 1992. This is one of the pioneering records of the alternative scene. I mean, this album was just massive. It just shaped so much of what was to come. Just a great time for music in general. The best tracks on It's a Shame About Ray, Rock and Stroll, Confetti, the title track, Rudderless, probably my favorite, My Drug Buddy, just classic, The Turnpike Down classic, Frank Mills, just awesome. What an album. There's not a mediocre track on this record. There's not even a track that makes you think it's not quite awesome. Every track is incredibly awesome. It is an album of absolute awesomeness. Needs to be in every collection. If you like anything I've said, please hit like and subscribe. Peace.